We're here today for an initial permanency hearing. Okay, Mr. Trout is present for the Department of Family and Protective Services. Ms. Kincaid is present on behalf of the mother, Francine Kabul. All right, the father, Mr. Muhindo, is present. Ms. Zavala is present on behalf of the child. All right, and it looks like probably our worker today will be Sylvia Garcia. All right then, Ms. Garcia, if you will please give us the update since your court report was filed. And Ms. Garcia, I'm going to remind you, please just try to keep this to 1 or 2 sentences at a time.
Okay. Since our last report, Francine has completed all her services. Francine has currently just had a newborn baby, so her parent-child visits have continued to virtual visits until she's hit her 40 days, and then we will continue back in-person visits. Those visits have been going good. Francine stays engaged with Karen. She's able to redirect her when needed, and she's able to keep her motivated with any issues that she could possibly having in placement or in school. We are currently waiting to get with a therapist that can do family therapy so that we can get Francine and Karen both going on family therapy. That's all the updates that I have for Francine.
All right, and then the father.
So Patrick has completed services. The only service that is currently pending is individual counseling. Individual counseling has been hard to find a provider for him in Tennessee, so that is the only reason why he has not completed yet that service. Other than that, he does keep communication with me as often as he can. I at least speak to him weekly. He does send care packages for Karen. He also does participate in his parent-child visits. Currently, Patrick is in Amarillo, and he did request to be able to see Karen in person. We did do one visit in person, and we are hoping to do another before he leaves. And those are all the updates I have.
Na hayo ni mambo ya hivi punde ama hivi karibuni ndo maendeleo amefikia.
Anything to report with respect to Karen?
No, Karen is doing good in placement. She did get promoted to the next grade, so she's excited about that. She'll also be going to camp the next following week, so she's excited about all of those things that she has going on this summer. She's been very excited about her newborn baby brother, and she just wants to be able to spend more time with her mom and start having those in-person visits that she was having previously. That's the update that I have for Karen.
Judge, I have a couple of questions.
Okay, I'm just getting ready to ask you that. If you have questions, go ahead.
Ms. Garcia, how long are mom's virtual visits right now?
They're just an hour.
Is that once a week?
Mara moja kwa wiki. Ndiyo, ni mara moja kwa wiki. Anaenda kwa mtandao, anamsalimia saa moja. Hiyo mazungumzo yako mama na mwanamke naongea.
And what about dad's visits? How long are they?
An hour.
Since he's in town and has had in-person visit, how long was that visit?
That visit was just scheduled for 1 hour. It was a last-minute visit, so that's why we only scheduled it for an hour.
With him, when is he scheduled to leave Amarillo?
Saturday.
Are we going to try to get a longer visit before he leaves, just since it's such a far way to travel?
Yes, we are trying to get a longer visit.
Okay. Since parents have finished their services, with the exception of a couple of things you talked about, are we going to increase mom's visits?
Yes, we are trying to increase them, and we're trying to move forward for her to have them longer, and have them possibly at their home, just kind of depending on housing.
And those are going to still be supervised at this time, correct?
Correct. They will still be supervised.
And Judge, just for the court, the reason I asked about the supervised when they go back to in-person. And I spoke to Ms. Kincaid about this just a second ago. There is a bond condition on mom that she cannot have, there's no unsupervised contact with Karen or any child under 17 per CPS.
Mr. Trout, let me clarify. You said there's a bond condition, and then you said no unsupervised access per CPS. Right, let's back up.
Yes, ma'am.
So sijui kama naelewa bond yani. I'm trying to find the correct words for these. There are some terms in my language you can find at all. Like bond condition, what is that? Anaona kama ile ukifungwa yani kisha utolewe kwa
Thank you,
jela.
sir.
Yes, Judge. There's a bond condition that says no contact with any child under 17.
Okay.
And then below that, there's an asterisk that says no unsupervised contact with Karen or any child under 17 years of age per CPS is what it says. And that's all it says on the bond as far as that.
Do we have any idea where they got that? The second part?
I do not, Judge. I don't know if they're meaning, since there is a CPS case, that when it's saying per CPS, I don't think we requested that. I think that is something they put in since we had a CPS case going. And that, I don't know if that came about because there are other children in the house that are under 17. If that's why they put that asterisk in there, to alleviate the issue of mom being at home with her other children. I'm not sure, Judge.
Anybody know what court or case is pending in?
Judge, this is still awaiting grand jury. I was trying to see who signed that, but it looks like it came out of jail because mom paid a cash bond. I don't know that it's been assigned to a court. It just says district court at this point because it hasn't been indicted.
Yeah.
And Your Honor, know that she's been appointed a criminal defense attorney, but I haven't seen any documents related to that case.
And Judge, the only thing I see from a court is that the warrant, when the case was originally filed, was signed. Judge Johnson was doing that, but she may have just been on rotation at that time to do warrants.
My concern is moving forward. I mean, is that going to cause problems for us in this case? If it goes to grand jury, are they going to pick up on that, and that's going to get carried forward? And I just worry about that being a problem down the road.
And Judge, I have not spoken to mom's criminal attorney on this. I think Ms. Kincaid told me earlier she's heard they got a offer on it, but I don't know where that stands right now.
So, Ms. Kincaid, since you're representing mom, it probably falls on your shoulders if you could communicate to her criminal attorney. Maybe a modification of the bond might be appropriate unless they're going to come to some deal pretty quickly.
Yes, Your Honor. I've been in contact with her criminal defense attorney last month, but I can get an update and communicate with her.
All right, Mr. Trout, any further questions?
Just two quick questions, Your Honor. Ms. Garcia, where do we stand on the home study with Dad?
It is still pending.
And same line of question with Dad, since he's done well on his services, are we looking to increase his virtual visits when he's back home?
Yes, we are.
Yes, tutafanya. Ndiyo, tutafanya.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Kincaid, any questions?
Has
Hang on, give him a chance.
Ms. Cabuo been cooperative with you?
Yes, she has.
Ndiyo, Mrs. Kabua amekuwa akifanya kila kitu yenye namwomba.
And has she stayed in contact with you?
Yes, she does.
Ndiyo, amekuwa akifanya hivyo.
I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Mohindo, do you have any questions for the caseworker or for me?
Mimi sina swali yoyote. Swali yenye napashwa kuwa nayo sijue kama anapashwa kunisaidia na kumsaidia.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't have many questions, but I just have one. I have been following up with my immigration papers. I've been trying to get papers to stay here legally, but they had stopped my process because they are asking me for a current certificate. They are looking for something about current. He did not specify which certificate is it. So if he says, I don't know if if Mrs. Kabua has that certificate. If she has that, I would be happy to have it so I can resume my immigration processes or my documentation processes.
Did you say birth certificate? The
He
child's
did not,
birth
he did not,
certificate?
he did not specify, Your Honor. I can ask which.
Yeah, ndo hiyo ndo yenye alikuwa anahitaji.
Ni birth certificate ile ya kuzaliwa?
Ndio.
Yes, Your Honor, it's the birth certificate that he was looking for.
All right, can we provide Mr. Mohindo a copy of the child's birth certificate? And also a certified copy of the court order where I adjudicated him as the father of the child, because I don't think he's going to be on the birth certificate. All right.
Judge,
a question for the department.
I actually did provide that documentation to him where it shows that he is the alleged father in this court. The birth certificate, we currently don't have a copy of it. We've asked Francine for it, and she does not have a copy or the original birth certificate for Karen.
Okay, so we can certainly give him a copy of the court order where I adjudicated him as his father. He's no longer an alleged father. He is the father. Where was the child born?
Je, mtoto alizaliwa wapi?
In Uganda.
Mtoto alizaliwa Uganda?
All right.
Yes, that confirms.
I think Francine is trying to talk.
Oh,
I know that. I'm just trying
Okay.
to find what I need to know. All right, Miss Kabul, what can you tell us about the child's birth certificate?
Wangu iko na pending case ya green card na iko na pending case ya unemployment ID. So mi sijui kama anataenda muapplyingia citizen aje wakati mtoto wangu hajapata green card yet, ingali pending na hajapata unemployment iko pending.
okay. Asante. Yes, Your Honor. What I can say is that my baby Karen has a pending case to obtain a green card that is permanent residency. So there is an application in process of getting Karen a green card, which is a permanent residency. And also there is a pending case to obtain employment identification card for Karen. So those are two pending applications. And I don't know if the dad is trying to apply for citizenship for Karen when or while Karen has those two pending applications. She's wondering if dad, Mr. Patrick, wants to go ahead and apply for citizenship for Karen when my baby has not yet received a green card, permanent residency.
All right, I guess my understanding was this had to do with Mr. Mohindo's application for immigration, not the child. But let's clarify that. Is he seeking that document for himself or for the child?
When I was submitting my application, I included my baby. I was applying with my baby because they said, oh, if you don't include your baby, then your baby will not have any documentation. So it's in it's in the way he just added his baby on the form, on the application form.
Okay, so I can't solve any of these immigration issues for you all. I
Judge,
strongly suggest that the parents need to communicate about it so that they each know what the other is doing. Your failure to communicate about this could end up delaying Karen's getting a green card or getting any status in the country. So, it's really important the two of you communicate about what's going on.
Yeah, na ndo hivyo aliniambia huku juu, hata niliwaambia mama yake hana vitambulisho tangu amefika huku, alafu ndo asema kama mimi ni
Karen, since she has been here, she has never received any kind of legal documentation, although she is here legally. And the mother doesn't like me talking to the baby. I asked her if she can assist me with that need to acquire certificate, but there is no communication in that matter.
I can't fix this for you all, so I'm sorry, but I am happy for the father to get a copy of the court order that adjudicated him the father, and that's about all I can do. All right, Ms. Zavala.
For Miss Garcia, she had mentioned that the visits have gone to virtual for 40 days. And I'm curious why that 40 days virtual is necessary. Is that a request from possibly the doctor of the baby not to have that, lots of contact with others during that 40-day period?
So we do the mom's visits at the visitation house. And since mom just had a newborn baby, she felt that it would be safer for her to wait until the baby was fully vaccinated before she brings him to the visitation house.
That was the only question I had, Your Honor.
All right, and do you have a recommendation today?
I do, Your Honor. I've met with Karen and she's doing very well. Karen was very excited about how the in-person visits with mom were going. She was actually hoping that those visits could be longer. She is stating that her ultimate wish is to go home with mom. She is really enjoying her virtual visits with her dad. Her request to me when we met a week or so ago was for an in-person visit with dad. I am glad that since that time, she has actually gotten to have an in-person visit with dad. Visitation with both her parents is important to her, but she is doing well in placement, and I recommend that that continue at this time.
All right, thank you. Okay, for today, then I'm going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue the child's placement. I find there's a continuing danger to return the child home at this time.
Why?
We don't have a completed home study on the father, and mother has the bond condition. I find the parents are in compliance with their service plans. The department will continue to use reasonable efforts to reunify the child. I'm going to order that Mr. Mahinda will have another in-person visit with the child while he is in Amarillo for a minimum of 2 hours. Our next hearing will be October 14th of 2025 on a 9 o'clock docket. Thank you all very much. I'll see you back in October.
Anawashukuru sana nyi.
Nataka nisikie Mspanish. Kama nataka nitranslate Mspanish sio.
Do you see the little world icon, Francine? If you click on your screen, there's a little icon that's the shape of the world.
Yes, there is English and Spanish, which I don't know Spanish. So
Check Spanish. It's just it doesn't mean he's going to speak to you in Spanish.
oh, okay.
We are here today for a review hearing. We are conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming. Ms. Goodman is making our record. All right, present today is Daniel Trout for the department. Savannah Kincaid is present with the mother, Francine Cabuo. Patrick Mahindo, the father, is present. Stacy Zavala is present for the children. All right. Mr. Runazera, is everything working okay? All right. Okay, Ms. Garcia, are you going to give us the update today?
Yes, I will.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to speak slowly, one sentence at a time, small hesitation. So that he can interpret. All right.
Okay.
What do we have new since the court report was filed?
So recently, Miss Maska has, Miss Kabul has changed her address. She recently moved due to having rodents and having.
Okay, hang on. Wait a minute. He's waving at me. Yeah, you're going to have to say a sentence, hesitate, and then start again.
So recently, Miss Kabul has changed her residence. The reason for her move was due to having rodents and mice. She also had, as far as the rodents went, she had told the apartment complex to help her and get that issue taken care of, but there was really nothing they could do. When it came to the insects as well, it was infested with roaches. And so she made an attempt to try to clear it up, and the apartment complex did too. So she currently is now residing in a new apartment, and I will be checking that apartment whenever I am able to get with her as far as when's the next available date. As far as that, I don't have anything else for Ms. Kabul.
And is she working her services?
She has completed her services. The only thing that was pending was family therapy, and we have yet to find a therapist that will facilitate the family therapy.
All right, what about father?
He has completed his services, and he continues to do his visitation with their daughter.
How's that going?
That is going well. There is a couple of visits that he has missed, and that was due to having to just get more time approved with the monitor.
So what is the plan moving forward?
At this moment, we do have a home study that has been approved. The home study that has been approved is with the father. Ms. Kabul is not in agreement with her being moved with him. So currently we don't have a plan as far as where we need to move her.
The plan that we currently have in place is for her to continue her placement at the group home, just due to the child not being sure about where she wants to be placed, because she has voiced that she does not want to be placed far away from her siblings.
Is placement with mom on the table?
Her criminal case has not yet been resolved.
Okay. And I just refreshed my memory. Did we have a bond restriction?
That's
It-
correct.
There is a bond restriction, Your Honor. It does have a caveat. It's worded kind of funny. It does say no unsupervised contact with Karen or any child under 17 years of age per CPS. We did not recommend that or ask for that. That is just the way they wrote that bond condition in. But I believe what they're meaning is unless it's
Okay,
done.
you're way beyond.
Sorry.
Okay, let's back up. All right.
Bond condition does state no unsupervised contact with Karen or any child under 17 years of age per CPS. What I believe it means no contact unless through this court we allow it. We didn't ask for that. The per CPS is kind of worded odd on there, Judge. That was not a recommendation from us.
Okay. And at this time, is St. Francis, is it my understanding St. Francis is not recommending a reunification plan with mom?
At this
Go ahead, Ms. Garcia.
At this time, we're not.
Is that solely because of the child's wishes?
That's correct. And then, sorry, that's not correct. Also because of the criminal case that's pending.
Reunification with father is due to child's wishes?
That's correct.
And Judge, in my opinion, Dad is the non-offending parent in this. We did ask for the home study in the ICPC to see if we could place. This court did adjudicate him.
Right.
And Your Honor, I have updated info as well.
Sure.
But at this time, for the permanency for the child, I believe placing with father is in the best interest of the child, but I know there's some conflicting opinions on that, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Kincaid, anything to offer today?
Yes. Ms. Garcia, what is the barrier to starting family therapy?
We have not been able to find a service provider that will work with them.
And what is the reason?
Most of the therapists in town do not do family therapy.
Okay, but family therapy has been ordered, is that correct?
That's correct.
And would that be beneficial to, rebuilding the relationship between Francine and Karen?
It would be beneficial.
Is there someone remote that we could use for family therapy?
I am trying to find someone that we can find remote. The only issue with that is the language barrier, because then we do have to find somebody who can do it in Swahili or is willing to do an interpreter.
Okay. Do you speak to Francine in English, or do you always bring an interpreter?
I speak to her in English.
And do you feel like she understands you?
Yes.
If we could find a family therapist that would be willing to be patient and work with her in English, do you think that would be beneficial?
I do think it would be beneficial.
Okay. All right, I want to make sure he's caught up.
Okay. And Your Honor, whenever it's my turn, I'd like to call Ms. Kabuo so that she can explain some of the issues in the report and her opinion on placement.
So, Ms. Garcia, is the issue that we just don't have any therapists that have the time to do this, or they're just not doing family therapy anymore around here?
They're not doing family therapy around here as much as they were before.
Well, that's interesting. And presents an interesting problem. Would everybody agree?
I'd agree, yeah.
I'd agree.
Okay, Ms. Kincaid, I'll let you go ahead and call your client.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, Ms. Kincaid, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Kabuo, there was an incident report regarding a visitation recently that you wanted to clear up with the court. Is that right?
Ndio.
And in that incident, it said that you had, said you were going to hit Karen if she didn't sit still. Do you recall reading that?
Hapana.
But that was the allegation. Is that right?
Yes, ile walituwekea kwa sababu hiyo siku nilikuwa niko namsuka mtoto wangu nywele.
Okay, and what happened that day?
Mie nilikuwa niko namsuka mtoto yangu nywele. Baadaye alikuwa naikala chini. So, bwana yangu mie akapiga simu. Bwanangu hajue Kiingereza, anaongea Kiswahili. Akataka aongee na Kerene kwa sababu ni baba yake, akataka aongee naye. Nikampatia simu kwa sababu Kerene ndio alikuwa niko na simu mikono. Akaongea na baba yake Kiswahili. Baadaye huyo supervisor akaniambia hivi, "Sumwambie bwana yako aongee."
Slow down, Francine, slow down.
Eleza basi ile ambayo nimeongea. Nirudirie?
Okay.
Ila siku nilikuwa niko namsuka mtoto nywele. Kwa sababu kichwa cha mtoto ilikuwa ishafanana mbaya. Babake akasema hivi, "Umuzie mtoto meshe umsuke." So, mimi nilikuwa niko namsuka.
Okay, Ms. Kincaid, you can ask your next question.
Okay. So, during that conversation, did you threaten to strike her in any way in Swahili, not in English, in Swahili?
Hapana, kwa sababu mimi sijawahi kuongea na Kerene Kiswahili kama tuko pale. Nilikuwa naongea naye Kiingereza na huyo translator alikuwa anasikia. Hiyo maneno Kerene alienda kuongea baadaye.
Ms. Kabuo, you have to slow down to give him time to interpret. You've got to slow down.
Nilikuwa naongea lakini hautai translate vile niko naongea. Nimesema hivi, sijawahi kuongea na Kerere Kiswahili, hata kama sijui Kiingereza, lakini sijawahi kuongea na Kerere Kiswahili kule.
Okay. Do you feel like your visits with Karen are going well?
Yes. Me and Karen, we don't have issue. No, and that the thing they put there, I asked my supervisor, did you hear me tell Karen that I will hit her? No. And he tell his replacement when a supervisor was done, a visitation was done. That is the time he went to tell her replacement, which I didn't tell her like that.
Okay, Ms. Cabu, for the court reporter's sanity, you've got to pick a language to speak today. I have an interpreter here. So if Swahili is your primary language, that's what you need to be speaking and let him interpret. It's really hard for the court reporter to hear you when we have this interpretation feature on. So let's pick. Were you able to get what she said?
I did, Judge.
Okay. All right.
Francine,
Kate, any other questions?
Yeah. Ms. Kabua, would you prefer to speak English or Swahili in this hearing?
I'll speak English because sometimes when I speak Swahili, my interpreter, he doesn't interpret like how I say it. So sometimes it's hard to speak some word is hard, but I can try.
Your Honor, I mean, is that okay with you or with?
Let me talk to the lawyers. Let's have a bench conference.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Miss Katie and Mr. Renzeres, I need you to interpret this for Mom. I'm leaving you in as her interpreter for right now. So, Ms. Kabuo, I want you to speak in Swahili with him. All right. Ms. Katie, I'm going to ask you to look for a date and time where we can have a full placement hearing. I don't have time on my docket today to do that. This is just scheduled for a review hearing today, not a placement hearing. So we're going to have to do that on a different day. We'll do it as soon as we can.
Yeah, so ulizo yangu ni hii. Mtoto watamurudisha hapa au biko natafuta nafasi nyingine kwa kumpeleka?
I'm not changing anything today. She's going to stay right where she is today. But we're looking at when we can have a hearing on her placement. Whether she goes with her father, whether we can place her with you or somewhere else. Okay, Miss Katie's saying 10:21 or 10:23 at 1 o'clock.
Judge, I think 10:21. I will be out of town on the 23rd, and there's a mediation set that afternoon.
On the 23rd?
On the 23rd, so the 21st.
Ms. Kincaid, does that work for you?
Yes, I can do the 21st.
All right, so we're gonna finish our review hearing today, about what currently is going on. Any discussion about where Karen will be placed will happen at that next hearing. All right, Ms. Kincaid, anything else as far as
Mi niko na neno lingine kwa sababu niko na koti tarehe 29. Mi niko na koti nyingine tarehe 29 hiyo ya criminal, kwa sababu hiyo ya criminal ndio inaacha mtoto wangu arudi nyumbani. So niko na kesi hiyo tarehe 29. So sijui itakuwaje.
On October 29th?
Yeah.
Okay, I have no control over your criminal case, but we're going to have a hearing on the 21st in this court.
Sasa kwa mfano hiyo kesi ya criminal case ikaisha, kwa sababu ile ndio inaacha mtoto wangu arudi nyumbani kwangu. So ikiwa imeisha na basha kamata mtoto basha mpeleka fasi nyingine, bitakuwaje?
The criminal court isn't going to say anything about where the child goes. Just like I can't do anything about your criminal case, they can't do anything about the child. Other than say you can or cannot have contact with the child. I think you need to talk to Ms. Kincaid about that and your criminal attorney. All right, Ms. Kincaid, do you have anything else as far as a review hearing today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Baba njua anasema eti sijui ile njoo inaacha mtoto warudi nyumbani. Tena eti sijui ile iache mtoto arudi nyumbani ama asirudi nyumbani. Sasa vinakuwa.
You need to talk to your attorneys about that. They're the people that can answer that for you.
Kwa sababu siwezi nikapenda mtoto wangu aende fasi nyingine kwa sababu ningali na kesi nyingine ya kuhusu vitambulisho vyetu. Ningali na kesi, so mtoto wangu akipelekwa fasi nyingine na sai hii nchi haiko sawa saa hii. Wakikamata mtoto wangu kule watakia nitafuta njoo mimi. So siwezi nikapenda mtoto wangu aende tu hivi hivi saa hizi, hapana.
Okay.
Ms. Kabuo, I'll talk with you about this, outside of this hearing. Today, it's just a review.
Okay, so.
Ms. Kabuo, I can't give you legal advice. That's why you need to talk to your attorneys. Okay, Mr. Mahindo? Can you unmute for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you understand that we will have a placement hearing on October 21st to talk about where Karen will be placed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I don't have time scheduled for that today. I'm already way behind, so we'll do that on the 21st. Do you have any questions today?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Any concerns you need to talk to me about today?
No, ma'am, I'm good.
Okay, sir. I'll see you back on the 21st. And that'll be at 1 o'clock, and you'll get a new Zoom link for that. Okay, Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, I met with Karen in person recently. She's doing very good. Visits with Dad are going really well. She does have preferences about where she would like to be. She is worried about living far from her siblings, but wishes she could take her siblings to her dad's. I explained to her that's not an option. But she's doing well where she is right now until we can address potential placement at the next hearing.
All right, thank you. All right, today I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue Karen's current placement. I find a continuing danger to return the child home at this time. Both parents are in compliance with their services. I'll see everybody back on October 21st at 1 o'clock to address placement. We are set for trial December 18th of 2025 on a 9 o'clock docket. All right. Thank y'all.
Judge, sorry to bother you, but do we have any idea about what to do about family therapy or just keep trying?
I think Mr. Trout's going to talk with his people about that, and we'll see what we come up with.
Okay, thank you.
I'll email everybody out after I talk to everybody. So then.
I agree. We need it, know. Okay. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Judge. I was wondering if we could get a short breakout room with the attorneys just to see where we're at.
Sure.
Thanks, Judge.
I don't have parents logged in yet anyway, so kind of looking for them. So Mr. Trout and Ms. Zavala can go back to room 1. And I'll put you in room 1. We're here on a motion hearing to discuss, I think, placement options for Karen. We are conducting this through Zoom. And we are live streaming. Ms. Goodman is making our record. present is Mr. Trout for the department. Ms. Kincaid, on behalf of the mother, Francine Kabuo, who is also present. The father, Patrick Mahindo, is present. And Ms. Zavala is present on behalf of the child, Karen. For everyone's knowledge, Ms. Zavala and I had a Zoom meeting with the child last Friday. We had a good talk with Karen about her wishes and her concerns. And just for the record, Karen looked really great. She seemed very happy and very glad that it was the end of the school week. All right, then. I'm not sure how you all want to proceed today, formally, informally.
I'm kind of good either way, Your Honor. I have our recommendation from the department as far as what we would like to move forward with.
Why don't we start with that, and then Ms. Kincaid, then we can, get you and your client's position, Mr. Mahindo's position, and then certainly Ms. Zavala's input. She's putting something in the chat regarding our live stream. Ms. Zavala, are you making a formal motion?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't know how much private information about Karen may be shared in this discussion, but I would like to move to go off of YouTube to protect her privacy.
All right. Any objection?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, then I'm going to go ahead and close the courtroom and stop the live stream to protect the child's privacy and confidentiality. We're here today for, we were set for a final in the hearing. My understanding is the department is asking for an extension today to continue to work with the family.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Sylvia Garcia is the permanency specialist.
Savannah Kincaid.
Naitwa Savannah Kincaid.
I represent Ms. Kabuo. We're both present and ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Karen.
Okay, and Mr. Mahindo is also present, the father of Karen.
Namuhin.
Okay, Mr. Trout, with respect to the extension, if you want to pitch your reasons.
Yes, Your Honor. At the last hearing, it was discussed. We were discussing placement of the child and where we would be looking to place. Mr. Mahindo expressed that he would be trying to move to Amarillo and that he thought it would be better for the child for both parents to be in the same town. At that time, he thought he could be here by Christmas or the end of the year. As of yet, he's still, I believe, making visits, but has not moved to Amarillo yet. We're hoping to have him here, and then we could work on which parent or how we were going to place the child, and to be able to start working on some initial visits and start with family or therapeutic visits to get the family working well together again. We're still in that situation. I'm not sure if Mr. Mahindo's in town yet. I'd heard he may be in Amarillo at this time, or has been within the last week or so. So I'm not exactly sure if he's made it to town yet. my understanding, the child has kind of expressed what she would like to do or where she would like to go. So we're asking for the extension to be able to continue working toward the placement and permanency for the child before we get out here. Ms. Kincaid and Ms. Zavala have both expressed that they're in agreement with the extension, and to continue working with the family to figure out the best permanency situation for the child.
Na walikubali,
That is why we're asking for the extension, Your Honor.
na ndio maana tunaomba muda kidogo, tuongezewe muda kidogo.
Okay, well, I believe that all those reasons are valid reasons, and I'll find extraordinary circumstances exist, and I will grant the 6-month extension. Mr. Tratt, do we have a new dismissal date?
Yes, Your Honor, it's June 26th of 2026.
Thank you.
Asante.
All right, then let's go ahead and get an update from Ms. Garcia. Mr. Trout, do you have any questions for Ms. Garcia, or you want to just let her give us an update?
I'll let her just give an update at this time, Your Honor. And if I have any questions when she's done, I'll clean up.
All right, Ms. Garcia, short segments, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Garcia, ufanye kidogo kidogo.
Yep, you may proceed.
Unaendelea sasa.
So Miss Kabu has she has done all of her visits, and she stayed the entire time of the visits with Karen. Francine stays engaged with Karen even whenever they have differences. Miss Kabu still has stability for housing, and she's still a stay-at-home mom. Her support system is her husband. Ms. Kabu has agreed to do therapeutic visits with Deborah Smith, and she is hoping that they can address the bond and the trust issues that they're currently having. Mr. Mahindo, he did come into town, and he was
kwenye mji huu.
He was only in town for about 24 hours. He was driving by because he was working and asked if he could see Karen. I did make him aware that we needed more time so that we could make a visit happen. Mr. Mahindo agreed that the next time he was in town, he would make me aware with more time so that we could schedule a visit. Mr. Mahindo did notify me that he did get approved for an apartment, but they were needing just one other document from him, and that as soon as he had that document, he would let me know what apartments he was officially approved for. He said that it should not be no later than December the 23rd, but that he is trying to see if his boss will work with his schedule. He did let me know that due to him trying to work overtime, he did miss 2 visits with Karen, but he did say it was not intentional.
Lakini
Ms. Garcia,
Mhm.
On the December 23rd, is that a date for him to get the documents or for him to be able to move?
That is a day for him to get the documents.
hiyo ni
Has Mr. Mahindo stated about, I know at the last hearing he mentioned he thought he could go back to his old job here. Do you know if that's still open in the plan for him?
He mentioned that he would need to look for a different job because he was working at Tyson previously, B shift. And at the moment, that shift no longer was going to exist.
Okay. And I can ask him this, but has he given a timeline of when he thinks he'll be able to move to Amarillo?
yeah.
He has not given me a timeline just yet.
Kwa kweli
Is it in the plan for once he's here to also work with Ms. Smith on the family therapy?
At the moment, they are just working with Ms. Kabu and Karen, but I am pretty sure that they would be open to also working with him.
And so, as we represented earlier to the court, right now it is a getting dad here so we can work on the dynamics of the family and where permanency for the child will be.
That's correct.
na ni kweli.
And both parents are still cooperative and working with the department toward that goal.
Yes, they are.
Ndio, wote tunafanya kazi nao vizuri.
outside of what has been presented today, are you asking the court for anything else or just to continue working with the family at this time?
No.
We're asking for them just to allow them to work with us.
How is Karen doing?
Karen anaendeleaje?
So Karen has been doing better. She does have her moments where she doesn't want to follow the rules. She'll put up a debate about what she thinks is fair for her, but she is allowing free direction.
Lakini anakubali kuonywa na kuelekezwa.
And when you say gives a debate on what she thinks is best for her, is that in general everyday rules or is that in anything in particular?
It's everyday rules.
Ni kwa kila elekezo ya kila siku tunayompa.
She's still enjoying her placement?
She states she does.
And visits between mom and child and dad and child are going well?
Yes, they are.
Ndio.
Is there anything else you need to update the court on today that was not in the report?
No, there's not.
Hapana, sina.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Nimemaliza mimi.
Ms. Kincaid, do you have any questions for Ms.
Una swali lolote?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Has Ms. Kabuo finished her services?
Yes, she has.
Ndio, amemaliza.
Are there any remaining services that she still needs to work?
Kuna.
The current one that we're working on is therapeutic visits.
Would you agree that she's in compliance with the service plan?
For the most part, she is in compliance, but the therapeutic visits have not yet started.
Okay, what is the barrier to Karen being returned to Ms. Kabuo today?
Karen's therapist has stated that Karen would like to build trust and know that she is safe if she's returned back with mom.
Okay, since our last hearing, visits have been going well?
They have improved.
Yes, iliendelea kuonyesha vizuri.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness.
Nimemaliza.
Mr. Mahindo, do you have any questions for Ms. Garcia?
I don't have any question, but my question is maybe for Kabuo.
Okay.
My question to Kabuo is
Well,
she don't want to
hang
ask
on.
us?
We'll get to her. Hang on. Just
Okay.
okay. But no questions for Ms. Garcia.
Nilikuwa kwa kuuliza kuhusiana na Garcia. Huna swali kuhusiana na Garcia, tutafika kwa Francine labda.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Zavala, do you have any questions for Ms. Garcia?
I have no questions.
Sina swali.
Okay. Ms. Kincaid, do you have anything else to report today?
Kincaid, una kitu kingine cha kutupa au cha kuripoti?
Your Honor, since the last hearing, I can't recall if we had discussed Francine's criminal matter, but that's been resolved. She no longer has any restrictions as to children under 18.
And Your Honor, if I may speak on that real quick, just to notify the court, she was placed on deferred, and she has continued compliance with CPS, and an English language class is a requirement of her probation. And she'll be on that deferred for 1 year, Your Honor.
Na atakuwa kwenye hiyo probation kwa mwaka mmoja.
All right. Ms. Kincaid, anything further?
Kuna kitu kingine Kincaid?
No, Your Honor, I just wanted to give that update because that was a barrier previously to reunification.
All right. Mr. Mahindo, if you can unmute for me.
Mahindo? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Mahindo, I'm going to allow you to tell me anything you need to tell me. And
yes.
Mahindo, ninakwenda sasa kukubalia uniambie chochote ambacho ungetaka kuniambia leo.
But the interpreter is still going to be interpreting for Ms. Kabuo or you, so you need to just one sentence at a time.
Ningekuomba uendelee, usiseme uendelee kusema.
I thank you guys to give me this permission to speak with you guys.
Ninashukuru sana kwa kunipa muda huu wa kuongea nanyi.
The thing that I can add of there to be a part of my family, because Mrs. Kavo been complaining that I've been there for my daughter, but she wasn't allowing me to do that before. So na kitu ambacho same thing that I can add of there, it just she have to agree that we have to take care of both of us as a parent, like communicate. That would be great for the kids, because that is our past. She was just a little baby. Right now she can speak, she can talk, anything, stuff like that. I think is because we haven't been together. I think that would be better with her to communicate with both parents whenever she decide to come stay with me, be with her mom. That would be better, because she kind of need that love between us. I think, on my opinion, is like she don't have that kind of love between us. That's why she being like disrespectful, maybe not talking, not be a good kid, stuff like that. But I know she's smart. She understands if you tell her something. Yeah.
Na kweli hizo.
Mr. Mahindo, you
Yes, ma'am.
understand we're not deciding about where she's going to be today. I can't decide that until you move here.
Unajua kwamba siwezi kuchukua uamuzi kwamba anaweza kuwa kwako kwa sababu hujafika mahali kwenye kijiji hiki.
Ma'am, I'm working on that so bad, because on 23rd on this month, I already got the paper that one they need for the apartment. My boss sent to me this morning, so I have to send it to the apartment people so they already approved me, but the remaining stuff.
Let him interpret.
Yeah, I did that for my daughter. So the only thing that is remain there is to communicate both as two parents. That's a big point to what I'm thinking.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Mahindo?
Kuna chochote kingine?
No, ma'am. I think that's enough.
Hapana, nafikiri hayo yanatosha.
Just be sure and stay in touch with Ms. Garcia and let her know your plans. Okay, Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, I met with Karen yesterday.
Nimekutana na Karen jana.
Visits with her father continue to be important to her. I hate that a visit wasn't able to be arranged when he was in town. With the report of how the visits have gone in the past, and Karen's report of how comfortable she feels with him, I don't believe that every contact with Dad and Karen needs to be supervised by St. Francis. And it's a shame that he was not able to run over and see her while he was in town. Karen is very vocal about her needs.
Karen anaongelea sana akiwa anahitaji kitu anaongea.
Her first preference right now is to stay exactly where she is in placement.
Kwa sasa anapotaka kuishi ni pale ambapo alipo.
She said if she has to leave placement, she would like to live half and half with each parent, but only if, when she's with mom, that she have access to a phone or tablet.
Lazima akubaliwe kupata phone, simu na tablet.
So she can contact her support system or 911.
Ili ikibidi aweze kutafuta msaada kwa wale wanaomsaidia, au akitaka msaada wa dharura achukue na apige 911.
When she's with mom.
Hapo ni kipindi atakuwa na mama.
She is concerned about her younger siblings, and indicates that there was a recent visit where mom hit one of the siblings. There still continues to be a huge lack of trust that mom has made those changes. And at this time, without that family therapy, I don't know if it's possible to reunify without that.
Kwa sasa
I do recommend that her placement continue. And my hope is that dad can be situated in Amarillo shortly.
ni
And I would ask for some flexibility with visits between him and Karen. And that is all at this time.
na hayo ndiyo niliyo nayo kwa leo kwa sasa.
Thank you.
Asante.
Okay, what we would like to do today
Kila ambacho tunafanya leo
is continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue the
naomba
child's current placement.
na mtoto abaki kwenye placement mahali alipo.
I find there to be a continuing danger to return the child to either parent as of right now.
And
Parents are both in compliance with their family plans of service.
wazazi wote bado hawajatimiza masharti yote.
As soon as Mr. Mahindo is relocated to Amarillo, St. Francis will need to see his home. If it's appropriate, he can start having unsupervised visits with Karen. Mom and the child will begin family therapy. I know we aren't set on a final in this case until June of 2026.
Ninajua hii kesi itaenda mpaka Juni, mwezi wa sita 2026.
And our next hearing is not until April.
Na
So when father is relocated, I would like for the parties to have an informal settlement conference
ningependa
to see if you can agree how this is going to look until a final order. We need to see how it goes with father and daughter.
tunahitaji kuona itaendeleaje kati ya baba na mtoto na mtoto.
Give them time to adjust to one another.
Wape muda wa kukaribiana kidogo.
Give mom and daughter time to do some family therapy, and then finally make a decision about a final order.
Alafu tutachukua maamuzi ya mwisho.
But we have 6 months now to make these transitions.
Tuna miezi 6 ya kufanya hayo yote.
I just think we should start working on that once Mr. Mahindo is living here.
Ningependa tuanze.
Dad's visits, I think would progress in length.
Kuonana na baba, kuonana na mtoto najua itakuwa inaendelea.
So, Ms. Garcia, you're very familiar with how we sort of ramp up.
Mr. Garcia, unajua jinsi tunavyofanya mambo kama haya.
I think it would be similar in this situation.
Na itaendelea kuwa vile vile kama situation zingine.
We start with, 4 or 5 hours.
Tunaanza na masaa 5, masaa 4.
We'd go to a full day, then work into overnight, weekend. You all know what we normally do.
Tunatoka kwenye masaa 4, 5, tunaenda kwenye siku nzima, alafu tunaenda kwenye jioni, alafu tunaenda kwenye weekend. Unajua jinsi tunavyoyafanya haya.
All right, any questions?
Haya, kuna swali lolote?
Ndiyo, mi nina swali. Na
Yes, I
mina
have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Haya, tunakusikiliza.
yani ni kama ombi.
It's like a request.
Mi nilikuwa naomba
I'm requesting
kule kwenye mtoto yangu iko.
where my child is.
Nilikuwa naomba muwapatie ruhusa pale ambapo mtoto yangu anakosea, wamurekebishe, wamwambie hapa umekosea.
I will request that where my child is, when she's done something wrong, she's not following the rule, that they can correct her.
Kwa sababu yeye mwenyewe aliniambia kwamba hata kule kwenye iko kuna wakati hawasikilizaki.
Because herself told me where she is at right now, there is sometimes she doesn't listen to them.
So mimi nilikuwa naomba hiyo wawapatie ruhusa pale ambapo amekosea, wamcorrect, wamwikalishe chini, wamwambie hapo umekosea.
And I will request that whenever they see she's not following rules or she's done something wrong, sit down with her and show her what mistake she done and correct her.
Kwa sababu ile itanisaidia kule, atajua kwamba akikosea inabidi ashauriwe, na huku itanisaidia atatoka kule anajua kwamba hapa nikikosea inabidi nishauriwe.
That will help me whenever we get together again, that she understands whenever she's done wrong. It's formal to sit down with a grown-up to tell her what she done wrong and how to correct it.
Kwa sababu kwa sasa akikosea bale kule hawana uwezo wa kumwambia Kerene umekosea, hawana uwezo wa kumwikalisha chini.
To my understanding, where she's at right now, when she's done something wrong, they don't tell her she did it wrong and they don't correct her.
Ile ndio ilikuwa ombi yangu.
That was my request.
Na nilikuwa nataka nijibie Patrick.
And I would like to answer to Patrick.
Alisema kwamba anahitaji kuwa naongea na mie ama kuwa naongea na mtoto.
He said he would like to communicate with me or to communicate with a daughter.
Kuongea na mtoto ile sina shida, naweza kaongea na mtoto sina shida.
To talk to her child, I don't have no problem with that.
Na aelewe kwamba mie nimeolewa na mume.
And I would like also him to know I am married. I have a husband.
Kuongea na mtoto yake, yeye niliuziaka mtoto simu akwe naongea naye.
And I bought a phone for my daughter so to let the daughter and the dad communicate.
Lakini mimi sijui waliendeaka ya simu mtoto akapasula simu yake vikaisha hivyo.
I don't know what happened. The phone was broken. I'm not sure what happened that it was broken. So now maybe they are not able to communicate.
Na siku mtoto alienda kule kwao walimuziaka simu.
On the day my daughter went to her husband's family, they bought her a phone.
Siku mtoto alikuya huko wakamnyang'anya simu.
And then when she came back, they took away her phone.
Sasa mimi sijui anahitaji baongee naye kunjia gani tena.
Then I don't know how Muhindo would like to talk to her daughter and which way or how.
Na kingine anasema kwamba anahitaji, sijui alisema anahitaji nini, anahitaji eti mie nilikuwa nahitaji mtoto, yeye anahitaji mtoto awe karibu naye.
And also he said he would like the daughter to be close to him.
Okay, these are
My God knows, Mungu anajua nilimulombaka awe karibu na mtoto wangu akakatala.
Really, God is my witness. I tried to talk to her to be closer to her dad, but she said no.
okay. These are things that everybody's going to get together and talk about in this settlement conference.
Hii ni mambo ambao kwa muda tutakao chukua wa kujadili mtayaongelea huko.
Yeah, sasa asikuwe na
subiri aongee jaji, subiri.
Okay.
Aha.
where she has a phone, who provides the phone, when she has use of the phone.
Ni mambo ya kuongea, ni nani amupe simu, lini achukue simu, aitumie vipi, au ni mambo ya kuongea.
Kwa sasa mtoto wangu ana tablet.
No, Ms. Kabua, wait.
Subiri, atakapokuwa naongea jaji, usiwe unamkatisha.
Okay.
Haya.
And all kinds of co-parenting issues that you two are going to have to face.
Na mambo haya jinsi ya kumlea mtoto wote wawili mkiwa tofauti ni mambo mtakuja kuyaongea.
But I have other cases I have to move on to today. Those are not typically the kind of things that I deal with in court.
Okay. Hayo mambo nayo yasema siyaongeleage ndani ya mahakamani, ni mambo ya kuongelea nje ya mahakama, na leo nina makesi mengine nataka niende nayo.
Okay. I think we have a plan. You have my order today.
Nafikiri tuna plane, tuna mkakati, mna neno langu leo.
So I'll see everybody back April 7th of 2026 on a 9:00 docket.
Nitawaona tena wote tarehe 7 mwezi wa 4 saa 3 asubuhi kamili.
And then our final will be June 18th of 2026.
Na hii tutahitimisha kesi hii mwezi wa 6 2026.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Ninawashukuru nyote.
All of you are free to go. Ms. Kincaid.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's sort of your client's level of understanding in English?
She can have conversations. I have conversations with her in English whenever I need to. If you want to just briefly, maybe we could all go in a breakout room to discuss it, the judge and the attorneys.
We can real quick. He's having some difficulty, so we're communicating with him, but okay, I still do not have an interpreter, so we're gonna attempt to move forward with the review hearing. I don't think anybody's anticipating any really big problems or topics today. Ms. Kabua, you'll need to unmute.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have your interpreter.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go through this slowly and hopefully you can understand enough. I'm not expecting any real difficult issues today.
Okay.
Okay. All right, then I'll call cause number 9. We're here today on a review hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming, and Ms. Taylor is making our record this morning. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Melinda Powell for the department. The St. Francis Permanency Specialist today is Sylvia Garcia.
Okay, Ms. Kincaid.
Oh, you're still on mute.
There she is.
Sorry, Your Honor. I think I'm freezing up a little bit.
Okay.
It's Savannah Kincaid from Ms. Kabua. We're present and ready.
All right, and Mr. Muhindo is present with us as well.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Karen.
Okay, Ms. Garcia, if you'll unmute for me, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear you'll tell us the truth today.
Yes.
All right. If you will, give us an update, but go slower than normal, okay?
Okay. So, so far, Francine Kaboo has been doing very well with her service plan. We did recently finish the therapeutic and family incorporated therapy sessions that they were doing with Deborah Smith. From those sessions, they did recommend for us to send Miss Kabuo back to individual therapy so that she could have a little bit more one-on-one time, so that the family therapist could speak with the individual therapist, just some of the things that she noticed during those sessions, to see if they could have a better understanding to help Miss Kabuo just a little bit more with the physical, or how to discipline Karen correctly, and how to just build that trust with her again individually. And so that's what we're kind of where we're at with Miss Kabuo, is that we want her to go back into individual therapy so that those issues could be addressed. And then Miss Smith said that she would see them back for a couple more sessions of therapeutic family incorporated sessions, just so that we could get on a better path of more understanding, because she said that they did make really good progress, but just that she wanted them to be able to build more on that trust, because the trust still wasn't there, where Karen felt safe to be back home with mom. Since then, we did get back I sent back a request for her to go with a therapist. So I do have to wait for her to respond and see if she's willing to take her back as a client, and work with Miss Smith on that. Mr. Mahindo has been visiting with Karen unsupervised, like it was court ordered, and he has not missed any of his visits. Those visits are going very well. Karen looks forward to those visits. She really likes them. We would like to see him do more parenting with her, and we would like for him to do some individual therapy, so just so that they could address some of the parenting issues, because right now she seems to be having a lot of fun with him. She likes their outings. She likes the lunch time that they have and all of that. But I think just being able to address some of those, or, being able to understand some more of the parenting role that he would take on, would benefit him, just because he was in Tennessee for the majority of this case.
Judge, can I ask a follow-up question?
Yes.
Sylvia, what does mother's visitation look like now? Is she having visitation outside of therapeutic?
Yes, so the therapeutic sessions have already stopped, and now we're back to weekly visits. Mom does the weekly visits with the siblings, and then the kids are all there. She's there. And so far, that's what we have done, just because we want to make sure that they don't miss any of those visits, because they made really good progress in the therapeutic visits. So we want to be consistent with the visits with mom and Karen.
And I'm assuming those visits remain supervised at this time?
At this time, they do remain supervised. Ms. Smith voiced some concerns about them being unsupervised, just because she didn't feel like that progress had been made yet during the therapeutic visits. So as of right now, they're still being monitored by a third party.
Okay, and is that kind of based upon what you had mentioned, trying to rebuild the trust between the child and the mother?
Yes.
Okay, so are you kind of relying on the therapist in regards to whether when to progress to the unsupervised visitation?
Yes, we are, because Ms. Smith is also Karen's individual therapist. So she has spent a lot of time working with Karen. She does weekly sessions with her. Bi-weekly sessions is what therapeutic sessions were whenever they were doing those together. So she spent a lot of time with Karen, and Karen trusts her with that past history that she has with mom.
Okay, so do you believe that we're working towards reunification? Is this going to take some more work to get there?
We do believe that we're working towards a reunification, but we do want to make sure that Karen feels safe. And I just feel like at the moment, Ms. Smith had the best outcome for this, or how to move forward with this, just because Ms. Kabuo has already completed the family plan of service, and she was able to kind of pinpoint some concerns that could be worked through if we just have a little bit more time.
Okay, and in regards to the father, you said he's getting unsupervised visitation?
Yes, he is.
Is the child able to be placed with him?
Not at the moment, because he works at JBS. He does the B shift, so he's working from 3 to about 11, and then he still has to commute from JBS back to Amarillo. So he gets home very late.
Okay, that's all the questions I have, Judge.
Have we attempted to have a sit-down meeting with parents about what this looks like moving forward and how they can co-parent and, you know, share the time with Karen?
So I have not had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Mahindo about it, but I did talk to Ms. Kabua about it, and we suggested they do co-parenting therapy classes, and it would be Ms. Kabuo and Mr. Mahindo. When I did mention it to Ms. Kabuo, she just felt that it was not appropriate for her to be doing parenting classes with him because in her home, the parents are her and her husband. So she just felt like it was not appropriate, and it would be she just said it wouldn't be appropriate and that it was against her culture for her to be in another room without her husband with another man, even though, you know, he is the father.
Would her husband be willing to participate in that?
I could definitely talk to Ms. Kabua about that. He also works JBS B shift, so he has the same schedule as Mr. Mahindo.
Mr. Mahindo, are you willing to do that or not?
To be honestly, ma'am, I don't have a problem, but I think Ms. Kabu trying to put that situation between me and her, but I know her husband can agree with that because he's a nice guy too. So I don't know. She's trying to put something like between her.
Well, my question is, would you be okay
Absolutely.
if he sat in on those?
Yes, I'll do that, ma'am.
The reality is he's going to be a part of the child's life. But I mean, I can order y'all to mediation, or y'all can have a family meeting and see if, parents can discuss what that would look like and what times she could be, with mom and dad, and, and see if there's any grounds of agreement there.
Okay.
We've got some time. I mean, a little bit of time left.
Mm-hmm.
We will go to trial on this case June 18th. So, I mean, that's it. That's the time we have left. So I'd like St. Francis to sit down with parents and just see what they could discuss or come up with.
But ma'am, I don't have a lot to say about that things that I need from my daughter just to be close to her because I didn't get this time before. So right now I got that chance to be close to her. She can go back to her mom, it's okay. But if she needs to come see me or I need to go see her, just I'm gonna be able to give me her then or whatever she can tell me that you had to bring my daughter back at this time. Yeah, it's okay. It's not a big deal to discuss about it. I agree with that. She can have her daughter back, but she have to give me just some little bit space to connect, to be connecting with my daughter. That's all.
Okay. Well, I think it would be wise for St. Francis to sit down with parents and see what they can talk about as far as a schedule. Because I think we're obviously moving in that direction. All right. It looks like our interpreter is logged in now. And sir, we're about to wrap this up, but if you want to, you can start interpreting for the mother. Okay.
Okay.
Ms. Kincaid, do you have any questions and allow him to interpret?
Okay, has Miss Kabuo completed her service plan?
For what was originally ordered, yes.
Ndiyo alimaliza.
So really the only thing we're trying to get through is the therapy sessions.
Yes, that's correct.
Ndiyo.
Has St. Francis looked at increasing Ms. Kabuo's visitation time?
Yes, we do think that it would probably be best for us to do maybe more days, just because it would benefit them better.
When you get that increased schedule, do you mind passing it along to my office, please?
Yes, I can.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Hiyo ndio nilikuwa nayo. Hakimu.
Okay, Ms. Zavala?
Zavela.
I have no questions at this time. Are you ready for my information?
Yes, ma'am.
Sina.
I share Ms. Smith's concerns and recommendations regarding therapy. I do believe there has been progress with the visits, but I also very much believe additional work is needed to develop that trust. I believe it would be a wonderful idea to include Ms. Kabuo's husband in any co-parenting sessions. I think that could go a long way to creating trust and communication between the two households. I am hopeful that Ms. Kabuo is open to continuing work on building that trust with Karen. And although we're moving slowly, it does feel like we're moving in the right direction. I am not opposed to increasing Ms. Kabuo's visitation, but based on my communication with Karen's therapist and Karen herself, I do believe that those should remain supervised at this point. Additionally, Your Honor, I know that Karen has spoken to you previously, and she has indicated to me that she would like to speak with you again. And that is all that I have for today.
Na hilo ndilo nilikuwa nayo kwa leo.
Ms. Zavala, I'll have Ms. Katie get with your office and we'll get something scheduled. All right, then I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator. I find that parents are in compliance with their service plans. I'm not going to find a continuing danger to the child to return her home at this time, but we obviously have some things we need to work through to get there, but I'll let you go ahead and interpret. It's not a danger, but we have some practical problems we've got to work through, like father's work schedule, the question whether mother's husband will participate in some co-parenting. So it's really more an issue of addressing those problems. I want St. Francis to have a family team meeting with the parents to start talking about what ultimately this would look like when Karen goes home.
Mimi nina neno.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Ndio.
Bwana yangu iko hapa.
My husband is here.
Labda naye anaweza kaongea kama atakuwa kwa hiyo therapist ambayo wanasema.
Maybe he can confirm that he will be in a therapist session.
Is he willing to do that?
Yeah. Okay, sir. Ndio.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Ndio, asante.
Okay, everybody needs to be mindful that June 18th is our trial date. The dismissal date is June 26th. So I think we need to be talking about reunification plan along with this family team meeting as well. I think
ni vizuri tuanze
All right, then, I will see everyone back June 18th, 2026.
Nitaonana na kila mmoja
Pal,
tarehe
let me know if
18.
y'all need a referral to mediation.
Saidie kuungana.
All right, thank you all. Everybody's free to go. I appreciate it.
Asante sana, kila mmoja anaruhusiwa kuenda.
Y'all have a good rest of your day.
Muwe na siku njema.
Thank you, Judge.
We're here today for an
Asante,
initial
Judge.
permanency hearing. We're conducting this
Judge,
through
I'm gonna
Zoom or
log
live
off.
streaming. Ms. Goodman is making our record this morning. All right, we'll take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Yolanda Novak is my permanency specialist. We are present ready on.
Brooks Barfield, I represent Ana Calderon. I believe I've been substituted in for Mr. Morales.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the child.
All right, great. Okay, Ms. Novak, if you could give us an update, just what may have occurred since the court report was filed. We're already behind this morning, so I'm trying to not duplicate information.
Yes, ma'am. So Haiti is actually currently missing. She ran, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. She was arrested on May 29th while she was in placement in Lubbock for assaulting an officer. We did find a treatment center for her to be placed at. She agreed to go. The treatment center accepted her she was placed there June 6th, and then she ran from the treatment center on June 8th. They contacted law enforcement, followed protocol for runaways. Missing child paperwork was completed. There is an assigned detective and a special investigator for her right now, and missing child flyers have been made, and I believe they've been provided to mom. Miss Calderon has reported that she's been active. Haiti's been active on social media, but she hasn't had a response from her. Mom's tried to reach out that way. Her charges for the arrest are still open. Until she's located, then they will reassess, as what her probation officer reported.
Okay, what area did she run? Where was she? You're going to tell me Houston.
Yeah, the town, I believe, was Comfort, Texas. I don't know what region that is, ma'am.
I know where it is. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Has St. Francis been looking at her social media?
I have not. I was covering this case, but I have not done that yet, ma'am.
I assume the special investigators are watching it. So.
Yes.
I would assume, yeah.
Okay. All right. Nothing good about that. Ms. Calderon, if she reaches out to you, please let us know.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Very dangerous.
Yes.
For her. Okay. All right, then anything further from the department, or excuse me, from St. Francis, Ms. Noack?
The primary worker did reach out to the liaison for Mexico to try to make contact or find Mr. Rodriguez. There hasn't been a response from them as of yet. I will continue to try to make contact with them to follow up with that. Ms. Calderon, I haven't met with her yet. I'm meeting with her today to review her family plan and the status of her services, but she's been cooperative and communicates with me, ma'am.
All right, then. Mr. Barfield?
Ms. Calderon, do you have any more information other than what's already been transmitted?
No, not right now. That's all that I know.
Okay.
I already tried. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, man.
I try to post her all over social media and stuff, but I haven't got any answers yet.
Okay. Judge, after the hearing, I know you're running behind. Can you put Ms. Calderon and I in a breakout room so I can discuss? Maybe my office can kind of start helping do a search as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be happy to. Ms. Calderon, have you submitted any completed service certificates to your prior worker?
The therapy, you mean?
Just in any of your services that you've completed?
Oh no, I changed therapy.
Okay. Have you completed some services?
No.
Okay. All right. Just be sure as you complete things that you forward those certificates to Ms. Nowak, at least this time. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Have you started any of those things?
Yes. I already went to 6 sessions. I think the total were 8, but I'm gonna keep on having them until because she's missing and I still need the therapy. And on June 1st, I'm gonna start the parent meetings also.
Okay.
And Judge, that'll be with, I think, Fatherhood Fire, with her parenting stuff. I think she also did psychosocial. She's got some recommendations on that, which include parenting, and a few other things. So she's working at them, I believe, just waiting to get a couple of things started.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, I have no further information. Even through the change of the caseworker, they've been keeping our office updated. And I know that we'll hear if she's found, but I've got no further information than what's been provided.
When we find her, let me ask Ms. Novak, will she be accepted back at that treatment facility?
Unfortunately, no, ma'am. She'll be in emergency placement either with St. Francis, or if there's a shelter that is available, she'll come back in through emergency placement.
Okay. All right, then. I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'll approve the emergency placement upon locating the child. I'll find that mother is complying with her service plan. That the department will continue to use reasonable efforts to reunify the child with her mother and or father if he can be located. And we will be back for our next hearing on October 14th, 2025 on a 9 o'clock docket. So, Ms. Calderon, I hope, obviously, we all hope we find her as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
You know, there's a small army of people that are looking. So
I'm gonna go look myself also next week, probably. I'm getting that done.
Okay.
And see.
Just whatever you do, be safe.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much. And you're free to go.
Thank you.
Buenos días, señora Calderón. Ok. Señora Calderón, ¿van a prender la interpretación? ¿Me escucha, verdad? Ok, cuando lo prendan, entonces ya no me va a escuchar. Tiene que buscar interpretación y luego tiene que seleccionar español.
Okay, we'll take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the department. Stephanie Corbett is my permanency specialist. Present, ready, Your Honor.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Heidi.
All right. The mother, Anna Calderon, is present today. Mr. Barfield is in a jury trial and wasn't able to find anybody to cover for him, so he is not present today. I don't have Javier Rodriguez in my waiting room or logged in. All right. Ms. Corbett,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
assume you're going to give us the update.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You may go ahead. Just keep the pace a little bit slower.
Okay. I really don't have a lot new since the court report. Heidi's doing well in her placement. She really likes it there. She has not ran. She did go to the psych hospital a couple months ago and she smoked a vape pen. But since being out of the psych hospital, she's done very well.
And has contact between mom and child.
They talk on the phone all the time. Anna did go down, I believe it was last month, and took Katie out for the day. They went to the beach and out to eat, and Haiti did very well with that.
All right, do we have anything else scheduled?
Not at this time, no. They get to talk freely on the phone.
Okay. And mom is very engaged in services, it looks like.
She's completed all of her services.
Do we have, are we gonna start looking at a reunification plan if child's doing better, and what's
I
the
planned on staffing that. Mom just wants to make sure Haiti's ready to come home.
all right, I saw that family therapy has not started because of a therapist's recommendation. I assume that was the child's therapist.
Yes, there has not been any recommendation for family therapy as of yet.
Well, has she recommended against starting it, or there just hasn't been any recommendation?
There just hasn't been any recommendation.
All right, well, we need to ask the question and move forward.
Yes.
Ms. Corbett, have you had any luck finding Dad?
No, I have not.
Have we run searches for him?
I haven't, but the previous worker did.
Okay. Have you discussed with Mom if she's had any contact?
She says she hasn't lately. No, she has a phone number for him, but that's it.
Have you tried the phone number?
No, I haven't.
Has Mom given you the phone number?
No.
Okay. Can you get that phone number from Mom?
Yes, I will ask her for it.
And can we run checks again to see if Dad pops up somewhere?
Yes, sir.
She thinks he's in Mexico, correct?
Correct.
How long have we known about this phone number?
She told me last month she had talked to him, or that she has a phone number, but Haiti doesn't want to talk to her dad.
Okay, a different issue.
Yes.
You know, I'm more concerned about us trying to make contact with a parent. So,
Yes, sir.
okay. So we need to start dialing that number. Did Mother indicate she has talked with him recently?
No, she hasn't.
Okay.
And Judge, I would ask Mom a couple of questions on that.
Sure.
Ms. Calderon, do you have contact with Javier Rodriguez?
Yo sé su número de teléfono, ustedes ya lo tienen desde diciembre del año pasado.
Okay. Have you heard from him in a while?
Solamente por Facebook, por Messenger. Él me pregunta cómo está la niña y yo le digo que ella está en su proceso.
When was that contact?
Un momento. Septiembre 5.
This September, like last week?
Sí. Mhm.
Okay. Have you given the Facebook account to the caseworker?
No recuerdo, creo que no, pero ellos tienen su WhatsApp. Él usa WhatsApp también.
Okay. Can you tell Ms. Corbett what the Facebook account name is under?
Sí, yo le puedo tomar un screenshot y yo se lo puedo mandar a ella.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Ms.
Thank
Corbett,
you.
you need to check your case and see if that phone number is in there. She gave it to us last December.
Yes.
Also, she'll send you the Facebook account, see if you can get in touch with him through Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp.
Thank you.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Calderon, is there anything that you want to talk about today?
Pues nada más estoy esperando que mi hija ya esté bien para que ella regrese a la casa.
Okay, we're going to start looking at how to make that happen and whether or not she's ready. I want y'all to start some therapeutic visits.
Ok, sí está bien. También la niña ayer me comentó que quería tomar clases de drogadicción ahora que ella regrese y que yo la quiero meter en un deporte también.
I think that's great plan.
Y vamos a tener terapias familiares. Yo hoy voy a ir a Family Support Services para agendar una cita para cuando ella esté lista, yo conseguirle un terapista mejor con EMDR Therapy. Vamos a intentarlo otra
Okay.
vez.
All right, I think that's a great plan.
Sí.
All right, then, Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, I had a really long and good visit with Haiti. She seems to be in a much better place mentally. She was really talking about what she needs to focus on and was open about her concerns. She says that talking to mom every day is very helpful. She is very much interested in going home. She does feel that family therapy would be helpful, both for her and mom. And she did say little brother as well, she thought would be helpful. We talked a little bit about whether an in-person visit at home might be good for her. And she was very much interested in that, if that could be arranged. It feels like she's making good progress and she and mom have a good connection. But I do think that family therapy would be very helpful if we could get that in place.
What about Thanksgiving? Ms. Corbett, can we make arrangements that we could get her home for, close to a week at Thanksgiving time?
I can certainly try, Your Honor. I just have to check with our transportation team.
She in the Houston area?
Yes, ma'am. Or if Anna even wants to go get her, I'm sure that would be fine. She went down there a couple of weeks ago. So.
Okay, so Ms. Calderon, I'm going to let you all talk about how maybe we can do a home visit and how we can make that happen.
Ok. Yo hablo con la señora Corbett sobre el tema.
It gives Heidi something to look forward to. Gives us a little more time before that happens. So I think it's a good plan.
Ok, estaba hablando con la señora Corbett sobre llevarla, porque cada año vamos de vacaciones en Spring Break, a ver si ella, espero que todavía no esté allí, pero si ella sigue allí, si me la podía llevar yo para vacaciones. Si ella se
My
sigue
hope is
portando
that,
bien.
oh, go ahead.
O solamente si ella se sigue portando bien, espero que ella ya esté de regreso a casa antes de Spring Break.
Absolutely, I do too.
Ok.
That's the goal.
Sí, sí, sí.
All right. For today, then, we will continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue her current placement. I would find there's a continuing danger to bring her home at this time today, but we are definitely headed in the right direction. Mom is in compliance with everything. Mr. Rodriguez is not, but we haven't located him. We need to turn the heat up on what we know as far as locating him. I'll see you all back for our final, which is scheduled for December 11th of 2025.
Okay.
Obviously, I foresee an extension in our future if we're, or monitored return or something, if we're trying to work the child back in the home around all this time. My thinking is if she continues to progress and do well over the next couple of months, I mean, the logical time to bring her at home is probably sometime over the Christmas holiday.
Okay, muy bien.
That's kind of a goal, a target.
Sí, apenas tiene un mes que ella fue al hospital, no tiene mucho, apenas.
I understand. And we won't rush it, Ms. Calderon, if we don't think she's ready for it. I'm just saying it's a good time to move a child because of school. And if we think she's ready and can handle
Sí.
it.
Okay, está muy bien.
Okay. All right. I'll see y'all back December 11th. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Richard, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Rachel, this was it for him today? Conducting this through Zoom.
Yes, Judge.
We're live streaming, and Ms. Goodman is making our record. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Drive for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Michelle Silva is my permanency specialist. We're present ready.
Maureen Lucero covering for Kendra and Michael, Your Honor, representing Desiree Casillas. I'm present ready. I don't believe Ms. Casillas will be present today.
Jay Michelson on behalf of Samuel, the father. I gave him notice to appear with the link, and I don't see that he's present.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the child.
Okay, and just for the record, I don't have either parent in the waiting room. All right, then, Ms. Silva, if you'll give us an update since the court report was filed.
Othaniel is doing really good in placement. He is 90% in his height and learning to eat baby food, doing really good with his placement. I spoke with Samuel Lundegreen yesterday. I went to his house. He had friends over, so I was only able to tell him that he had court today, and he states he wants to relinquish his rights, but hasn't done so.
All right. Anything to report regarding mom?
I have not been able to speak with her in a couple of months. Samuel did say she has reached out to him, and he's spoken to her. He said he was going to let her know. I did get a phone number from her attorney where she called on. I was able to call that phone number, but I don't know if it's turned off or she's not answering.
All right. Okay. Ms. Lucero, thank you for filling in today for Ms. Naranjo. Anything to report on mom?
I don't have anything to report from the mother. Miss Nanako said she hasn't had contact with her in a while, but I just had a couple of questions for Miss Silva. Miss Silva, whenever the father stated that he's considering relinquishing, did he by chance advise you whether or not he talked to the mom about that or no?
He said he did, and he doesn't want to relinquish by himself. He wants him and Desiree to do that together.
Okay. Did he share with you any response that she might have had to that?
No, ma'am, he didn't.
Okay. And are they currently living in the same home or not? Or do you know?
I really don't know. The last couple times that I've spoken to Samuel, it's only been him and his buddies.
And just to be clear, when was the last time you actually had contact with the mother?
It was I say maybe April.
Okay. And was that in person or at the apartment or?
That was in person. I went to the apartment complex. I knocked. Samuel answered. He stated that a friend was with him. I asked him if he knew where Desiree was. He stated he didn't know. I asked if I could enter the apartment complex. When I entered, she was hiding in the back in the bathroom. They stated that she had a restraining order, or no, I'm sorry, a no trespassing order on the apartment complex, due to her breaking the window to their apartment. I wasn't able to confirm that with staff. I spoke to a lady who is the auditor for the apartment complex.
Silva, I'm sorry.
and
I'm gonna just stop you there. Just, were you able to speak with Desiree that day?
No, she
Okay.
got mad at me and left.
Okay.
Yeah.
But any phone number that you've had, Miss Sananco has that number for her. Is that correct?
Yeah, they're the ones that gave me the phone number, the last phone number that she called them on.
Okay. All right. I'll pass the witness, Sean.
Ms. Silva, has either parent worked any services?
I was able to take Samuel Lindegreen last month to get drug screened, and that's all they've done.
And the results were?
They were positive.
For?
He was positive for, let me look real quick.
Your Honor, I had an opportunity to review it, and I believe it said that he was positive for methamphetamine and marijuana and methadone.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Okay, then has mother worked any services for us?
No.
All right. Okay, Mr. Michelson?
Just briefly, I don't know how to ask this bifurcated question, so I'm just going to do it bifurcated. Would you prefer me to draft a relinquishment order and review it with him, or do you want to provide me with a relinquishment affidavit?
I'll forward you one, Jay. Before you got on the case, we sent one to the worker, Ms. Silva, but I will forward that to you also.
Okay, thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, sir, thank you. And Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, no questions.
Okay, and do you have a recommendation today?
Yes, Your Honor. Child is with paternal grandparents and doing really well. It's a good placement. If I understand correctly, I believe that virtual visits were set up for parents and that they never appeared. I've got no concerns about the child placed with grandparents and have talked to them about, not allowing contact, not allowing parents just to come to the door. They seem very protective, and I've got no concerns about where he's placed.
All right, then, I'm going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'll continue the child's current placement. Find a continuing danger to return the child home at this time. The department will continue to use reasonable efforts to work with the family. I am going to set an early final due to non-compliance with the service plans by parents. And I know that the department was requesting, mediation. So we can set one up. Mr. Michelson might be able to secure a relinquishment from his client even prior to that. Do you still want me to order you a mediation and see if Ms. Naranjo can't get in touch with Ms. Casillas, or what do we want to do?
Well, I would say yes, just due to the court orders, standing orders, Your Honor. But if we haven't had contact with any of them, it's going to be hard to do that. I'd say whatever the court wants us to do on that. We're more than happy to do it.
Mr. Michelson, are you in contact with Mr. Lundgren?
Since I've been appointed, I got the contact information from Ms. Silva. He has not responded.
All right. Probably mediation is going to be a wasted effort. should you all make contact with clients, you know, we can always try to set it up, but I would say it's just a situation where we need to see, you know, the child's with family. So, you know, parents have, you know, they're not demonstrated, you know, any interest in raising this child. They've not made any effort to see the child. They've not, you know, they haven't turned a stone over other than Miss Silva taking the father to drug test. So, you know, we'll just set the next hearing date as our final. That'll be October 14th on a 9 o'clock docket. If we're able to get a relinquishment and they want to do that, that's great. Otherwise, we'll just go to trial on that day. And I'll waive the requirement of mediation in case since there's been no contact with them.
Thank you, Honor. And if something happens and we're able to get in touch with everybody, we'll reach out to the court if we need to do that.
Okay. All right, then I'll see everybody back in October. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Ms. Lucero. Appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
We are here today for a status hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming and Ms. Goodman is making our record. All right, we'll take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Erica Flores is my permanency specialist. We're present, ready, Honor.
Savannah Kincaid, I represent mom. I'm present. I've had no contact with my client.
Bailey Sapien on behalf of Mr. McDonald. I have not had contact with my client since he bonded, but I'm present and ready.
Stacy Zabala on behalf of the child.
Okay. What's the update? Ms. Flores?
Good morning. Yes, ma'am. Jonathan's doing great. He's currently placed here in Amarillo with his paternal grandmother, which is his caregiver. He's up to date on every medical. He's thriving. He's doing amazing. Caregiver's doing a great job. Ashley has not really maintained contact. We've been trying to meet her weekly. However, I did go over there yesterday. She wasn't there. I did message Rashad this morning and he has not replied.
Have you had contact with him since he bonded out?
Yes, ma'am. There was a number a current number that I saved. But there's another number that I didn't save while we were doing a visit and I forgot to save it in my phone and I've lost it. But I did message the number that he did contact me on. And I have not got anything from that one. And I can definitely give you, Bailey, that number if you would like, so you can try to reach out to Rashad.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so have either of them gone over their service plans or signed them?
I have them ready. I just need to sign them. Ashley does. She's had maybe like 2 or 3 visits. That's the only time I'm able to see Ashley is if transportation is available. And we do the visits with her son, and that's the only time I'm able to see her. Like I said, she's probably done 2 or 3. Other than that, if their transportation's not available, she's not able to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, service plans have been filed.
Okay.
They have not been signed by parents yet, but they have been filed with the court.
That was okay. All right, then, Ms. Kincaid, anything to add?
No, Your Honor, just that we sent the link via email for the hearing this morning and didn't receive a reply.
Okay. All right, and Ms. Sapien?
I don't have anything to add, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ball.
Your Honor, Jonathan's doing very well, placed with paternal grandparents. I don't know if they have a kinship worker assigned, but placement did have a number of questions. She is going to have to start back to nursing school when the fall semester starts and really needs some help with daycare and has a lot of questions about that. So I don't know if a kinship worker is available or what can be done to assist with daycare. He appears to be doing really well. Jonathan does. I did want to just double check with mom doing in-person visits. I assume that she had a negative UA, but I didn't see whether one was actually taken.
She hasn't taken, I've not been able to reach out to her to go do one. Whenever we did the in-person visits, the visits had just started, so I didn't need to send her for one, but I am trying to contact her to get her one. Also Stacy, she does have a kinship worker. She does have a kinship worker, and we've been trying to get pay stubs from grandma to submit that to daycare.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I just know that's going to be an issue coming up, and it usually ends up faster than we anticipate. You know?
Yes, ma'am.
But I've got no concerns about placement. I would ask that if mom has not drug screened and hasn't provided a negative UA, that visits not continue until that's done.
Okay.
I would second in that, John.
If we're running into that issue, maybe they could be moved to Zoom until she provides a negative.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty standard, you know, in this court. We need a negative UA when we have the history of drug use, and particularly if it's methamphetamine or fentanyl. All right, then we're going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue the child's current placement. I find a continuing danger to return the child home at this time. The department will use reasonable efforts to reunify the family. I'm going to stop any in-person visits with the mother. Well, is the father having in-person visits too?
Yes, ma'am. They just started last week. I tried to confirm with him this morning because they do have a visit today, and I've tried to confirm with the both of them today, and I've not got a reply back.
Do we have current drugs testing on him?
Dad just got out on the 30th. I have not sent him this month. I can try to reach out to see if I can send him for one today.
All right. So with respect to mom, I'm going to stop her in-person visits until she drug tests and we have a negative UA on her. I'm going to order father to drug screen for us. Doesn't have to necessarily be today, Ms. Forrest,
Okay.
when you request it, and think we need to do that soon. Let's just say, by 4:00 tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
And same thing, if we don't have a negative UA on him, I'll stop the in-person visits with him too.
Yes.
Judge, on dad, do you want UA and hair follicle today?
Yeah, I do. So, all right, I'm going to order the service plans as an order of the court today. And I'll see everybody back for the initial permanency hearing on October 16th of 2025. That'll be a 9 o'clock docket.
And Judge, on dad's drug screen, do you want it by noon tomorrow?
4 o'clock tomorrow.
For dad, his drug screens?
Yeah, 4 o'clock tomorrow.
4 o'clock, okay.
If he's got a visit scheduled today, I'm going to let that move forward, but
Okay.
So I don't know how. It may be late the day before she can even talk to him or tell him that he needs to do it. So I'll give him till 4 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Daniel, for the virtual visits, he is a newborn. Do you want them to be an hour? Is it everyone okay for them being 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you all very much.
That's the
Thank you, Judge.
final set at 10:45.
Uh-huh.
We will be filing a dismissal on that case. To get out, child's at home with mom, everything's going well right now. Things are set up that mom knows how to handle. So we're going to be just dismissing out on that case.
Great. Okay. So
And I got to tell you, Casa paying for those karate lessons has made all the difference. I mean, she is doing so wonderfully with that discipline in her life.
that's great.
Absolutely.
Really hopeful of that. So that's terrific. Okay. And we don't need any orders, so just dismissal.
We're just going to dismiss out. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we're not going to even call it today.
I don't think there's a need to, Your Honor.
We don't have a dismissal date problem or anything. I'm just looking.
Let's see.
6/20. So we got 3 days. So just be sure it probably doesn't matter if we're dismissing anyway, but
Yes, ma'am.
So day set for our adversary hearing in this matter. We are conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming, and I don't have a reporter this afternoon, so I am recording to the Zoom cloud. If you all need a copy, let me know and we'll make it available. All right, then, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Randy McCluskey, on behalf of the department, also present in the virtual courtroom, is Investigator Liz Juarez.
Brooks Barfield, attorney for Lena Baird mom. I do have an announcement to make. My client has indicated she was going to agree to work services.
Savannah Kincaid, I represent Mr. DeGraff, and he has agreed to work services, Your Honor.
Okay, and I assume he's there with mom.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just want to be sure. Okay. All right, great.
Bailey Sapien on behalf of the child.
Alexi for Casa.
All right. I've just had a Ms. Villanueva log in. Do we need her in for this proceeding? It looks like Christina Villanueva.
Not that I'm aware of, Judge.
Oh, I'm going to bring this individual in because this is all I've got set with Briscoe.
I believe she's with St. Francis.
Okay.
Courthouse, probably out tomorrow.
Okay, Ms. Villanueva, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and we were just making sure about your connection with the case. Are you with St. Francis?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on for the adversary hearing.
Yes. Okay, you're where you need to be.
Judge,
All
since there's an agreement, may I dismiss my witnesses? I have several professional witnesses here.
I am happy for you to do that. If everybody's sure we've got everything ironed out, no issues.
Yes, Your Honor, if we can just confirm verbally with my client, she's agreeing to work services. I'll have no objection to any witnesses being dismissed.
Okay, Ms. Baird, is that your agreement today?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All right, Mr. DeGraff, is that your agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Ms. Sapien, you good with that?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, and Casa is
Yes, ma'am, we're okay with that.
board. Okay. All right, I do want to speak with parents and everything, but yes, Ms. McCluskey, if you want to go ahead and release your witnesses, that would be great. Looks like we've got maybe Deputy Glenn with us.
Yes, it's Deputy Glenn, Mr. Robinson, and Ms. Castillo. Y'all are all free to go. Thank you for appearing.
Thank you.
Thank all of you. Deputy Glenn, tell that Henri, Mr. Sheriff Garrett, I said hi.
Yes, ma'am. I sure will.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
Thanks. All right, then. Okay, so Ms. Barrett and Mr. DeGraff, let me just visit with you all real quickly before I cut you loose. So between now and our next hearing, the department's going to go over service plans with the two of you, and that'll be kind of what they're expecting you to do, what things you need to do to sort of right the ship here. And so we'll talk more about those at our next hearing, but you don't have to wait until the next hearing to get started on these things. So I urge you to get with who's going to be your kind of new caseworker, your new permanency specialist, and get started on that as quickly as you can. They're going to want to review those plans with you. They'll want you to sign them, and then they'll file those. It's very, very important that y'all stay in touch with the St. Francis people and your attorneys, most importantly. So if you have a change of phone number or address or any kind of, information like that, be sure and let these folks know how to reach you.
Yes.
They're busy people, and the last thing they have time to do is start trying to hunt you down. So, and your attorneys may have something really, really important they need to talk to you about, and it could be on real short notice. So just be sure that they've got good contact information for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And do you understand what Miss Sapien's role is?
Yes, ma'am. She's here for Carrie.
Right. She is Carrie's attorney, and Casa is also here as an advocate for the child. Okay. Do you all understand what Casa's role is?
Kind of.
Okay, your attorneys can talk to you a little more about that, but I'll just tell you that it's a great thing to have CASA on board in your case. You know, their job is, they're not a party to this case, you know, so, you know, they don't have a dog in the hunt, you know, they're not adversarial to anybody. Their sole job is to be looking for the child's best interest. You know, if the child needs something, if there's, you know, just whatever it may be. I mean, you know, Carrie is very young, so it's not like she's school age. They're not going to be tracking her grades and her progress in school, but you know, they will be tracking medical and make sure she's healthy and all of that's being taken care of. So they are extra eyes on the child, that, you know, it's just really invaluable. I think it's invaluable to parents, and it's certainly invaluable to me to have them on board. They will, throughout our case, make recommendations to me, just like Miss Sapien will, about the progress in the case and about what we need to do moving forward. So, you know, they may have on occasion that they want to visit with you all. So be sure that you understand who they are, and then you return their phone calls as well. Okay. All right. Okay, then I do find that the evidence is sufficient to name the Department of Family and Protective Services as the temporary managing conservator of the child, and we will expect that parents will work services. I find that there would be a continuing danger to return the child home at this time, but I will expect the department to use reasonable efforts to reunify the family, to work with you all, you know, help you get through this, make sure that you're you know, able to get providers and signed up with the classes that we need you to do. So, you know, St. Francis is an agency, an agent of the department, and so you'll be dealing with them mostly, but it's, for your all's purposes, it's kind of all one and the same. Okay. But, you know, I do expect them to do their part, just like I expect you all to do your part.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So I will see you all back on August 5th of 2025. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket, and that'll be our status hearing, and that's where we'll talk more about service plans. But you don't have to wait until then, and please don't wait until then, you know, to get started on everything. You basically have 12 months from start to finish in this case. There are sometimes reasons why we might extend a case for 6 months. But I will just tell you that if you wait till the 10th month to start your services and you're not done by the time the final hearing rolls around, then you don't expect that that's going to be good cause for me to extend the case to give you more time just because you waited 10 months to get going on it.
Okay.
Okay. So it's really important you get started. You know, we'd love to hit that 12-month deadline and have the child home and, you know, have everything done. But that's really up to you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, then. Do you all have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Ms. Kincaid had a little blip there and frozen up, but I think you got the date now, Ms. Kincaid. Okay. All right. So August 5th, 2025, 9 o'clock dockets. The next time I'll see y'all. All right. Good luck to you. Get going on it, and we'll check in and see how things are going then.
Thank you.
All right. I do appreciate everybody resolving this and working it out in advance. I thank you very much for that. And I hope everybody has a good rest of your afternoon. And we're getting close to the weekend, so everybody have a great weekend too.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.